Very good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Wednesday, the 18th of June, 2025. We start off by looking at the synoptic, as always, beginning yesterday lunchtime. This high pressure very much having ridged its way in now, centred off the south coast yesterday. A little bit of a cold front over the sort of Scottish border there. Overnight, that was moving south and weakening quite significantly. By midday today, the high is centred just off the southwestern tip of Wales, and we have no associated frontal or trough activity. So reasonably high pressure, about 1024 around us, the centre being 1028, and no significant weather. Moving into tomorrow overnight, we've got that a low beginning to work its way towards us, and by midday tomorrow, this low pressure here is beginning to push that high away. A little bit of a warm front over the north of Scotland. And then by Friday, we start to see a little bit of trough-like activity, but we should still have a very reasonable week with fairly typical high pressure conditions. The set pick from this morning, you can see quite a lot of cloud to the north, but we are clear in the south. Little wisps here and there, as you can probably see outside, but that's going to most likely disappear within the next sort of couple of hours, and we'll have a fairly blue day. In terms of rain radar, nothing that we can see locally, and actually very little in the rest of the country as well. A little bit up to the north, but nothing that will affect us. And running the Met Office predictions through hour by hour, there's nothing all day and into the evening. So we'll have a full day and evenings flying, hopefully uninterrupted. The Odium Taff, then we've got 290 degrees, 5 knots, quite a light northwesterly wind today. Visibility is greater than 10 kilometers, and we've got few at 1,200 feet to begin with. Farnborough, on the other hand, 320, 5 knots, a little bit more northerly to it, but Cav okay. Moving to spot winds then, to the south of us, we've got 160 at 5 knots at 1,000 feet, then 2,000 feet, we've got 050 at 5, so actually going around northeasterly. But to the north of us, it's 250 at 5 knots, both 1,000 and 2,000 feet. So fairly calm winds for us today. Looking at the surface wind a little bit here on windy, you can barely make out the very, very light northwesterly flow across the airfield. It's beginning quite northerly first thing this morning. Throughout the day, it's going to be going around more to the west, as we can see with the Met Office local forecast here. And we can expect sort of west-northwesterly, so about 5, gusting 10 in the windiest part of today. Surface temperature up to 27 at the maximum point at 5 o'clock this evening, and reasonable visibility with quite low humidity and very high UV. So do make sure you're covering up, lots of water, lots of sun cream. GFS giving us around a little bit cooler, about 24 degrees with a dew point of 12. And looking at the south side towards the west, you can see very limp windsock, a couple of sort of scattered little bits of sort of stratus, but beginning to dissipate now, and blue with very, very faint hints of cirrus out to the west. The weather station, we're up to 19.2 degrees centigrade already with a dew point of 14. And having a look at the SkySat point forecast, initially on the left-hand side of the screen here, we've got an excerpt from the potential flight distance. Not actually looking fantastic, particularly to the west, but I'm sure people will make something out of today, particularly heading up to the north. Locally here at Lasham, though, it's going to be it should be very much locally saurable all day from probably about 10 o'clock. Climbs up to sort of 4,500 feet above the airfield at strengths of between 4 and 4.5 knots. Light wind at the thermal top, right up. Later on today, we can expect northwesterly up to maybe even 15 knots, but no more than that. and high pressure throughout, dropping off a little bit into the evening, but rising back up again tomorrow. Cloud distribution on top meteo for us. We'll start at 9 o'clock local. We'll run through hour by hour. We can see at the moment blue, no indication of the small bits of stratus outside. But as the day goes on, we start to get a little bit of cirrus working its way across with some cumulus underneath. But it's very, very insignificant. A little bit of auto Q and cirrus into the evening, and running in later on. Quite a lot of low cloud and fog over the sea, but nothing else is going to be of particular concern to us. On to the NOTAMs now. Quite a lot going on locally here. So we'll only brief sort of 10 kilometers or 10-mile radius, possibly slightly more. At 22 here, we've got Barton Stacey as normal. And over at 23, there's Thursday, that'll be flare firing, but not until later on this evening. Up at 28, we've got Delta 132 ash ranges, which are active. And up at 30, there's an RAT in for Ascot. That's from surface to 2,000 feet above sea level, and that's from 9 o'clock until 7 o'clock local, beg your pardon, Zulu this evening. So that's 10 o'clock until 8 o'clock local. Anyway, if you want any more information about that, you can check the NATS website. Over at 29 here, we've got paragliders at, I think, Combe Gibbet or something. That's surface to 3,000 feet, that's all day. And up at 36 as well, we've got paragliding at West Ilsley. They're winch launching from surface to 1,900 feet above sea level. At 27 here, we've got EG 128, the Everleigh danger area, that's active from surface to 6,000 feet, and that's all day as well. Anything outside of that radius, if you're flying cross country, you can self-brief. We'll move on now to the local airfield brief. Starting with the ODM cross section. We can see here they actually are recognizing that few stratus around 1,000 feet. Quite a low probability, but we've very much seen that outside. But the rest of the day, blue, no significant cloud. With reasonable visibility and temperatures up to sort of 25. Glider bookings then. There's just one K21 this week for the course flying. We've got 3 K21s booked for instruction. There's also a K21 assigned to the casual list. We've got the Giro number 4 and SH9 allocated to Mer's bronze to silver course, and there's very limited single-seater availability this morning. At the moment, there's 3 on the casual list with no instructor, so if somebody could come out and help, that'd be much appreciated. And of course, the simulator is available as normal. Just a reminder again about the Boyne expedition. Got 3 weeks up here, all run by Lasham staff. It's a great site with some excellent flying to be had. We'll be taking a few gliders with us, so make sure to get your name registered with the office before all the spaces book up. So movements today, no departures or arrivals, but we're expecting a compass swing for MA319, probably around about 4 o'clock this afternoon, but that won't affect our operation. And in summary, we've got high pressure across the UK. Blue day forecast. There's a possibility of a few Q according to Tom Meteo, but we'll see if that ever happens. We're on runway 27 today with cables to the south, and please be ready when the cable or tug arrives. As always, don't land or taxi across this year's runways, shown here in red. And there's our airfield setup with the winch on the south of the main runway, air towing on the hard and the grid, if required at all, will be to the north in its usual place. That's all from me today. We'll see you out there very shortly. Let's have a good day and keep it safe. Thank you very much.